another partner and away we go. The reason I came to the organisation in the first place is because of the way that I personally feel about singing and my own desire to kind of bring that to as many people as possible. And I kind of believe that this programme really will help people to spread that joy and that love of singing that little bit more to everybody else.
Youth Music asked us to submit a proposal for a project that they were developing called Sing Up Communities, which then became part of the national Sing Up initiative.
Part of Sing Up is threefold. So we've got the area leader remit, which is designed to help train teachers and a workforce to sing with young people. Then we've got the Sing Up Communities programme, which is where the young vocal leaders kind of come into it.
A young vocal leader is just like going into schools, teaching kids to sing and like upgrading our skills in teaching. Agreed?
Agreed.
Uh-huh.
The project has been working in 3 different clusters of schools around Cumbria, in Penrith and Wigton and Barrow, and now it's grown to include other schools as well. So there's a Vocal Force project in Workington, and then there's a Sing Up cluster in Cartmel.
And each cluster had put into their bid the idea that at the end of it they wanted to do a celebration where they'd get to celebrate together everything that they'd learned through the project over the course of the 18-month period. So that's where we're at now with Songlines.
So the idea of the project of Songlines at the outset was because we were going to be having this lots of singing activity going on all over the county. We wanted to create an event that was going to bring all of that together, give all of the communities a chance to celebrate what they've achieved and what they've been doing over the 18 months of the project, but also give people the chance to come together and see what everyone else has been doing.
With Cumbria, what we have is an interesting area where there's, a lot of rural deprivation and a lot of isolated, former industrial communities and a big mountain range in the middle and a lot of lakes, which stops people being able to easily connect with one another. Plus, we don't have a venue that can house, 1,000 people. So what we thought we would do instead is have Songlines singing the coast to coast, which would be a series of journeys between events at each location and connect them all together and then celebrate that as one united county.
That's why we're here this weekend. This is the second weekend of 2 residentials to help the group of the young vocal leaders from across the county to get their heads around how they're all going to work, how they're going to create a performance piece for themselves, and how they're going to write a song together and then take the different bits of that song back to their communities to teach their communities.
We like the idea of it now. It'd be good to be able to teach people about Barrel through singing.
Someone actually came and listened to our ideas and wanted to help, whereas at school everyone's just too busy. And we come here and we only had about half an hour, and in that half an hour we just were messing around with this tune, came up with this whole completely new one, and we made this dead good tune out of it.
We did a verse.
We did the verse for Wigton.
What have you written? What have you drawn out of Wigton? What have you highlighted?
It's key features that make it Wigton.
Yes. What are those key features?
The streets. I've always got stories to tell.
It's brought a lot of the history from Workington into the verse. Put it all together.
Mary Queen of Scots.
And how she escaped through a tunnel.
I am Henry Bessemer.
Yes. And about the Uppies and Downies games.
How friendly the town is.
In its area, it's in the mountains.
The bits that people might recognise immediately as soon as they go to Penrith.
It's been interesting to write a song about it because it's made us realise loads of things about Barrow that we never looked at before.
What's YVL, Anna?
It's a young vocal leader.
Well done.
Because we're young.
When vocal.
And we lead.
I want to be better with my vocals. I want to be a good leader. And that's what it's all about, really.
We've learnt a new side of people. We've gained confidence for like stage, and we've learnt new skills which we can put into that.
It's helped me so much. I mean, I can communicate better with people now.
Yeah.
A lot better.
You feel like you've achieved something, that you've taught someone how to do something that's new to them, and it's just nice, and it makes them happy, and it makes you happy.
It's been great.
It's been brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good experience.
I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's enhanced my vocals a lot.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot.
From now till the end of the month, when they've got all these performances to go and do, they're going to experience all sorts of stuff. It's going to end up with them at the Sage Gateshead, which is a big venue, and they'll find out what it's like to stand in front of a big audience.
How are you feeling about the Sage Gateshead event?
Excited.
Scared.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah, because we got
another day after school.
David was talking to us before, and he was like saying how like fantastic it is, and it's like a once in a lifetime kind of thing. And we wouldn't like a lot of musicians would like love to go and stuff, but I've got to go to the Sage. I'm probably looking forward to it. Be good.
I think if you speak to them afterwards, there'll be a wealth of experience they've had, and I think they can't help but change through that.
I've been working with Cartmel Primary School with their choir.
We were working with Brunswick and North Lakes. And she's been to her old primary school, Yanworth, and I went to mine, which is Lazenby.
We've been going into our school, me and Jodie go to Durham Vale, and we teach, 15?
Teach about 15 pupils from like year 1 to 6-ish.
You have to go around the schools, primary schools, and you have to be patient as well.
We have to lead warm-ups, and it's our responsibility to make sure all the kids have learnt the songs and that they're prepared to sing it.
I just enjoy having like the power over everyone.
It was really like nerve-wracking at first, but then like you kind of like just don't worry because they're just like little people and they don't really understand. They just kind of join in and go along with it.
I just like showing the children what to do, and and I like it when we're like improving, and I like how to see how they improve it. But I also like doing the performance as well, just seeing them at their best and everything.
It was quite hard teaching them everything.
But I really enjoyed going to the schools because now I walk down the street and I get little kids just like, "Hi Josh, you alright?" I'm like, "How do I know what to do?" Oh yeah. It was great to get them into singing and everything because they really enjoyed it.
When we started, a few people had to drop out because they couldn't come and stuff, and I realised that they were missing out quite a lot because how fun it was, and I decided that I wasn't going to drop out because I just enjoyed it so much.
Watching them during the performance today I couldn't have asked for more. It was as much a kind of preview performance or a dress rehearsal, given that we wanted something quite relaxed. We didn't want a formal kind of concert where nobody talks. So I was asking them to do things during the performance, and that could be asking too much. But actually they all stepped up to it, and I was really impressed by that.
James in particular did a fantastic job with his djembe and supporting the children in the performance to get the best out of them. Sarah and Anna too were really good at coming forward and making sure that all the children knew where they had to be and were able to sing the words as clearly as they could.
That was very good, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
The thing that I really like about what they do is that they're positive and they're on the ball and they've got a bright spark behind their eyes. And they're unembarrassed about singing children's songs in front of an audience with other, with children who are much smaller than them, which is such a great asset.
Okay then, is everyone ready?
Yeah. No.
Ready?
Yes.
Ready, yeah? Put your thumb up if you're ready.
Well, James has a responsibility with the young ones, the Year 2s, in South Warney Infants, because he's actually got to lead that drumming section.
When we were doing the barrel show, I actually went into South Warney Infant School and I took a group of djembes, and I was thinking before the show, oh, they're not going to be able to do it, the nerves will kick in and they'll just crack up and won't be able to do it.
Bravo, well done everyone. Give yourself a little clap. Well done.
But I was happy when I saw them do it right, and I got good comments off everybody. So that was probably quite a good thing for me. I was quite proud of myself and happy with myself.
Nervous at first, very nervous. The day before we were like, oh my god, tomorrow.
Then we got to the end and we were all gutted, weren't we? We wanted to go back and do it again.
I'm nervous because a lot of the kids didn't know half the songs we were doing, but we just ended up teaching them on the day.
Those girls are really they're really confident, they're very bubbly. They always have been, right from the start. And it's great to see them kind of on stage and waving their arms in the air and they don't have a problem at all in making sort of fools out of themselves.
Is there anything you could do a lot better now than you
Sing, definitely.
Sing?
Yeah. Before I probably sounded like a screeching cat. I still do. But Sarah's definitely helped us a lot.
Terry's vocal skills in particular have come on quite a lot. Her voice is a lot stronger now, and I think they all feel more confident in their musical and singing ability through the events and through what they've done. Ellie's really good. She's very independent and really approachable. She smiles a lot, and so the children really warm to her instantly, and want to do exactly what she says. She's also the sort of person that it doesn't matter what I email her with and when I email it, she's always first back with the response of yes, of course I'll do it. So with the event, it was fine to just sort of ask her, what songs do you want in it? Would you be happy opening the show? And the answer's always yes, absolutely. And getting help where she needs it and doing her planning and prep. She's always really good at planning things. So she'll plan what she's going to say, and then she'll say to you, does that seem like the right thing? And then she'll do it so you know how long it's going to take. All those sorts of things that with other kids, they don't want to do it in advance. They want to save the performance for the performance. With Ellie, she gets the point of performing it as a dry run first, in order that then you can go yes, no, change it. It was a lovely event, and and the children really enjoyed it, and she was great.
Big wide eyes and big smiles on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, now!
It was at a convent, and there was a tent at the back.
The Wigton event, I think it went very well. It was very long, and I like to know what's happening and when, and if I don't, I get really panicky about it. And I had to go with accepting that I wasn't going to know how it was going to go. And I knew all my kids knew the songs, so that's all sorted. I just didn't know what format it would take. But without having Jeff there, Jeff from Story Tree, he's just miracle man. He's got a cape and everything.
Yeah, the Story Tree people, they're just brilliant. I mean, they're just immature, but in a brilliant way. It's just funny. They're brilliant to work with.
Yeah, they're really good.
I enjoyed it a lot.
How about I shake you, girl?
I thought
vocal leaders were brilliant. They kept the space alive even when they weren't doing anything. Just talking to the punters, and singing songs with the little kids just before. It was just brilliant. And helping out in the stories.
Yes.
You know, not just doing singing, but doing physical actions, going beyond their call of duty.
Josh, in particular from Wigton, I think his experience with the Story Tree performance had really raised his game quite a lot. He'd had the benefit of some positive male role models leading that event, and I think he'd really responded well to that and kind of realised that it's okay to kind of put yourself out there and be really confident and kind of take on a different persona in what you're doing.
But he's great. He just takes over in a very nice way. He's very commanding and very calm, unlike me. And the kids just want to listen to him. So it's quite amazing. I like that.
Yeah, what we're doing?
It was a really good event actually. I was really pleased with it, and they'd worked with small groups of children, like up to 20 kids at a time, and yet all of a sudden they were pushed in front of like 400 kids and had to perform and lead, and they coped with it really well. It was nice, especially in the afternoon, to sit back and actually see how well the young vocal leaders have come on as well.
We sang Boom Chicka Boom that the young vocal leaders led from Wigton and Penrith.
A real highlight for me in that one was Boom Chicka Boom, and just watching them all kind of take on a completely different character.
Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom. Say boom chicka boom.
One more time.
And the way that they just reacted to all of those children getting involved in what they were doing, and helping to keep the atmosphere in the room really alive, and helping to keep the kids engaged in what was happening on the floor. So whether it was another school performing, they were helping them to join in and be really warmly responsive, and then give a nice warm round of applause at the end of it, and lots of whooping and cheering.
I think we've become more confident.
Yeah.
We had two very different girls at the start, and at the end they both became really quite confident in leading it, especially Anne, when she took on advice and she just swallowed it, digested it, and spat it back out again in doing the things that I'd asked her to do.
We felt more comfortable, so we were able to smile and relax and
enjoy it.
Try and get more engaged with the children.
And we all live in one land. Excellent, well done. Right, now. Okay. Yeah. Really big roll.
The Kendall event, again, was quite an interesting one, from really not knowing what it was going to be. It was a lovely event, and again, very different from all the other ones. This event had the benefit of the brewery jazz band, who were just brilliant. I wish everyone had a jazz band like that, but I definitely want to be running events with them again.
I think they responded to the ballad the best, really. I think it's like, the Cartwheel verse anyway is like really fun in that, and they can remember all the words with all the actions and everything. I think it went fine, really. I'm just going to have to learn the songs that I don't know. So if we do it again, I'll know them.
Laura's development is truly a remarkable story in the case of young vocal leaders. She has been completely isolated, and yet on her own and with very little support she's managed to create her own placements and go into primary schools and infuse the kids. She just remains my greatest inspiration in terms of somebody who can be so young. She's only in year 8 and yet so independent and so capable, so confident and so organised.
I think I've grown a bit more confident in leading people, because when I started a bit like all fidgety and that, and then, you know, I had to have someone with me, but now I feel I can do it.
This age, everybody.
My mum, come on, let me produce this age.
Yes, we're going to do that again.
Can you get that feeling? Can you get that energy amongst you? Because that's what we want on stage. That's the energy that will carry your voices.
This is it. And they've come here and they're going to sing their ballad. They are performing they've been part of something called Songlines from coast to coast, so they've been singing their way across the country. It's a Sing Up Cumbria and a Sing Up Dales project. So I'd like to welcome to the stage the young vocal leaders from Cumbria, who are going to sing you a ballad now.
We've had 2 performances. One was this morning, and that had the rap at the very beginning.
Yeah, we had the rap and all the verses involved in that one.
Yeah, and all the actions at the beginning.
Industrial sounds and all that at the beginning. That went well.
Yeah, but the audience wasn't getting as well involved in the
Yeah.
chorus because we only told them it once.
But the thing that was most important was that they then went off and watched the rest of the Big Sing kind of unfold with leaders who spend the entire year working towards the Big Sing. And the young vocal leaders really took the bull by the horns in terms of having watched that. So they all sat down and they reflected on what went well in the first performance and what wasn't working, why the children in Hall 1 weren't as engaged as they wanted them to be, and they made lots of decisions about how they could change the ballad performance in order to best benefit all the children that were there.
We missed out the Barrow rap
and the Kirby Stevens song.
Yeah, and then we added in the
so
boom,
we could
chicka,
yeah,
chicka,
and so we
boom,
could repeat the
on the penny
verse,
first.
so we could repeat the chorus more so they get it, which helped.
Now, rockin' with. Right, I want you to all say boom chicka chicka 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 boom chicka chicka.
And every kid just stood up and started waving the hats and jumping up and down and singing. And then we were doing this call and response thing, and then all of the kids joined in. But then in the first performance they were a bit but in this performance they were like, whoa. Yeah.
The second performance was just a totally different kettle of fish. They were way bigger. Sarah in particular just stepped to the front of the stage and just made everything 6 times larger.
Are you ready for anything?
they were all just much larger than life, and they really realised that good, strong, confident leadership that's far more closely rooted in kind of just acting it and really, really performing was going to get them results with young children. And if they just put that energy in, then they were going to get it back. And for them, that whole second performance just raised the roof and was far more what they hoped it would be.
Let's just say thank you again to the young leaders from Cumbria.
I think one thing I am learning through this Young Vocal Leaders programme is that the real benefit of it is in these events and in the fact that they're not just doing one event, but they're doing 2 or 3 or 4 in relatively quick succession. So what they're able to take is the experience of that one performance and then they put it straight into the next one, which is why we've got this kind of snowball effect happening. So what we seem to be seeing, is a growth in confidence and a growth in ability and a growth in the level of responsibility that all the young vocal leaders can take as they're leading these events. And because they're all so different, you're also encouraging a completely adaptable and responsive approach from them with regards to event management and event leadership.
To start with, they'd all come from these different places and they had their groups. So they had, Barrow and Workington, Wigton and Penrith. And by the time we got to the stage, they were actually, you forget who was from where and they all just worked together as this one unit.
I think it was nice to meet up with all the people again, because it's not just about the singing, it's meeting up with other people and having fun and communicating with other people, and that's part of being a young vocal leader, communicating with other people that you might have never met before in your life and just being confident with them and being able to control them in a way.
You feel more responsible for your own actions instead of trying to blame it on someone else. You start getting your responsibility up and you realise that you're the one who's got to be in control of yourself, not someone else.
But yeah, we don't want to be kicked out now.
No, we want
You're stuck with us forever now, Sarah.
I'll keep going.
Yeah.
Residentials and cool places.
You're stuck with us.
And 9 people on trains and
having a life.
You're not getting rid of us.
Enriching.
No, we don't want to do that.
And now it's given us an insight in what music teaching's like, and I think we want to become one now.
Yes, we would. Well, I've always had an idea of being a musical therapist and everything because I've always enjoyed music, but it's given me more confidence to do that, really.
Me and Dev have been thinking we don't want to just end it, so we're going to keep in contact with 2 of the schools, the local ones, which are actually based in Wigton.
Yeah, and then we're going to keep on doing kind of singing exercises with them.
Yeah,
and
keep songs and that.
Yeah, keep
just going
singing
out to the schools.
I'm talking to some headmasters of a different school now. I'm talking with the friends of Grange Primary School. I want to see if I can get more schools involved because there's only 6 this year, if they want me.
I want to carry on singing and performing and stuff.
I want to go to my primary
working
school
with kids and stuff.
Yeah, basically what she said.
Well, they've obviously gained, just you can't say simple things like self-esteem, but sometimes it feels simple, but that's stuff that you don't gain from sitting at a desk and doing your maths, and I don't think I can teach it either. I'm sort of learning it myself, but all that unspoken stuff that enables you to give out and people want to enjoy and all that stuff you can't put labels on. They're all good at that now. You can just say, can you go off and do such and such, and they just do it. And you think, wow, I can do that. So yeah, I'm just impressed.
What you achieved as a journey in a really creative way is a really clever thing, because Cumbria is this really fragmented place of communities, and what you've done by coming together is brought those communities together. I don't know of other situations where you'd have so many young people from so many different backgrounds and parts of Cumbria coming together to do what you've done, and done it so absolutely brilliantly.
Most amazing experience I've ever had.
It's been delightful to watch it unfold, and there's such warmth and love and deliciousness in what you've created. It's really, really special thing.
It's been an epic journey. It's had its ups and downs, and it's been really good working with these wonderful people. Very good.
It's been a brilliant experience. It's changed me in many ways. I've loved it really. It's been brilliant working with everyone. Thanks.
It was amazing!
And don't underestimate the impact that you've had. This isn't something that's just been created for you. You've had such a profound impact on this project. You've really made it. You've really given the project its meaning, and that's a really special thing. So you've given as much as you've got from it, and we're all really grateful for that.